Hey everyone, Mac here, and for today's show and tell video we have something a little different. And I know we've had something a little different for the past couple videos now, and we're probably going to continue to have something a little different for a few videos coming down the line. The main focus of this, of my channel, of my fandom, is still always going to be LEGO and Mega Construx and brick building sets and things like that. But there are other things that I am interested in, things that I collect, things that I get into. And you've seen that with the Godzilla video that I've posted already, and there's a few other Godzilla figure videos that are coming down the line. But also something I want to take a look at is this guy right here. This is the Forbidden Planet Robby the Robot piece, figure. It's a robot, really. It's a walking robot. And this absolutely looks like something that came out of old vintage toys. It is plastic, though. It's not metal like it would have been made back in, oh man, when was Robby around? Like the 40s, the 50s or so. But it still does have very much that vintage look to it. So what I have here is something new. This is a Walmart exclusive. This is made by a company called Goldlok. They are making this guy, Robby the Robot, and they are also making an Iron Giant that is also a Walmart exclusive. And even though they haven't said anything about it, I really hope that if they're going for these robotic type figures and they're building it at this scale and they're going for classic figures, I really hope that coming down the line we are going to be getting something like the robot, the original robot from the original Lost in Space. That would be awesome. And I'll explain as we're going over Robby here why having a robot from Lost in Space would be awesome to put right next to him. Now, Goldlok is a company that until I picked this up, I had never heard of. I believe they're a Chinese company, and they seem to do a lot of toys like this, automated toys, children's toys with robotic features, functions, things like that. So this is not only the first time I'm going to be taking a look at Robby here, but this is also the first time I'm going to be taking a look at Goldlok toys in general. So let's get a better look at this guy. He's pretty big. When I put the tape measure up to him, you'll see just how big he actually is. Let's bring it forward. Down here we have Forbidden Planet and the artwork from what I believe was the original pulp poster for the movie when it came out. If nobody's familiar with the movie Forbidden Planet, don't feel bad because neither am I. I've never actually seen it. I only know the title of it. I know the imagery from it. And I know Robby because in the 80s, he showed up everywhere on TV. On the side here, we get a better look at the artwork from the poster. Full leg stance. More artwork on the other side here. Motorized walking motion, cosmic lights and sound, collector quality styling. We'll see that when we open this guy up. And on the back here, part chauffeur, servant, and strongman, Robby the Robot won audiences of Forbidden Planet with his charming personality and arsenal of futuristic abilities. Indeed, Robby was everything anyone wanted in a robot. Strong enough to topple a building, smart enough to speak 187 different languages, able to replicate emeralds and hors d'oeuvres, and above all, selflessly obedient. Now with the help of Trendmasters technology, Robby is motorized with sound and light up function command just as if he were Dr. Morbius himself. As far as I know from the movie, Dr. Morbius was the mad scientist character that sort of ruled over Forbidden Planet. But this right here, Trendmasters, if you're not familiar with Trendmasters, Trendmasters was a toy company that I believe only survived through the 90s, maybe the late 80s, but I believe they were only around through the 90s. And when it says help of Trendmasters technology, when they're talking about his walking ability, he's motorized. Trendmasters, interestingly enough, made they made their money making Godzilla toys, actually. And they had two toys, a Godzilla and a King Ghidorah, that I believe was roughly the same size as this Robby the Robot is right now. And they walked. They didn't really walk so much as shuffle. They had wheels on the bottom, and the legs sort of scooted back and forth. And they wheeled themselves across the floor. So Trendmasters was bought out by Playmates, I believe. And so it'll be interesting to see how they use that with Robby here. Now on the back it has spinning motion, motorized walking motion, cosmic lights and sound. There's a switch on the chest, which if you, on the front, there's a try me tag that we'll take a look at. Now down here it says, light up headgears, forward walking motion, cosmically cool sound effects, disintegrator pistol, and collector quality styling. Now I know from other reviews that I've read about this that this is a misprint. There's no disintegrator pistol included with this toy. And that's unfortunate. It would have been cool to get it, but if we know not getting it going into it, I don't think we'll be too disappointed. And here we have the Goldlok logo down here. Okay? And right there, only at Walmart. Now, if we turn this back around, I don't know if you're going to be able to hear this. Let me get it a little closer to the mic. See how it says, try me. This button right here. I'm going to press this, and we'll see if we can get some sound out of him. Let me turn him towards the camera a little bit better.
Welcome to Alvaro, gentlemen. I am to transport you to the residence. Welcome to Alvaro, gentlemen. I am to transport you to the residence.
I've been playing with this guy for about a day now. I know he has, like, I believe it's three or four different sayings and sound effects.
Welcome to Alvaro.
Yeah.
Welcome. For your convenience, I am monitored to respond to the name Robby.
I don't know if you could hear those, but I'll work on getting better sound quality so you can hear the things that he says. Now, we're going to do our unboxing here. So, let's open this guy up and see what we got. I'm hoping, because I would really like to be able to keep him in this box. I love the display of the box. I love the open front. I like the movie poster artwork. So I'm really hoping that once I open him up and we get him out and we take a look at him, I'll be able to put him back in the plastic and slide him back into the box. So, let's cut the tape here. Open this up. Oh, cool. The whole top flips open. Able to preserve the box. Let's set the box aside. All right. Now let's see. I can just lift this out, maybe, or not. Oh, those come through here. All right. Let's see about cutting these without damaging Robby. Yeah, cut this. Cut the one between his legs. And then at the arms. And these will just pull out. Come on. Come on. You enjoying this? Is this riveting TV? Okay. We'll take all of these off. We have those, and we'll get rid of those. Now we should be able to lift him out. He has a Starfield background here. This is cool. I like this. I'm glad I'm going to be able to keep this and put him back in here when we're done. And here he is. Oh, drop that. All right. Now that he's out, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take a look at how tall he is. So we bust out the tape measure, and you can see to the top of his dome, he's about 14.5 inches. He's about 14.5 inches tall. See that his arms are on ball sockets here. The full range of motion, wrists swivel. Nothing to put in his hands. There's no accessories. There's just this guy. So again, he has the swivels here. And let's see. Now I know when I read up on him that this is basically store mode. If you switch it over here, let's set him out there. Set him up and see if he walks. Hey, check that out. Oh. He just keeps going.
I am to transport you to the residence. For your convenience, I am monitored to respond to the name Robby.
Huh. Alright, looks like he just keeps going until you turn him off. I thought he would eventually shut down. That's actually really cool. I know I said that the Godzillas and the King Ghidorah just kind of shuffled across. As a matter of fact, there was a third wheel in Godzilla's tail. It was kind of like a reverse tricycle that was just rolling across the floor. That was actually really neat with Robby here. I like that. He actually looked like he was walking. Now, the light up, let's switch him back over to display mode. The light up in his head, all of these gears, all of these exposed pieces right here, these two that were basically supposed to function as his eyes, and obviously this is his mouth, and his brain is on the inside of this glass dome. Anybody who's not familiar with like vintage sci-fi, like the golden age of sci-fi movies, this is what robots looked like. This was the original. This was the guy that started it all, and he very heavily influenced. I believe it was he influenced the robot from Lost in Space, or Lost in Space influenced Robby. I think Robby came first. I'm not 100% certain on that. But this glass domed head, these stubby arms, like even the robot on Lost in Space, they accordioned out like they were on slinkies or something. They came in and out. And he was on treads. He did roll on his own. And that's why I think that if we could get a Lost in Space robot to put right next to Robby here, whereas this one's talking and the other one would be talking, like just imagine a functioning original vintage Lost in Space style robot this size just shouting danger Will Robinson danger while his arms are moving around and he's rolling forward. That would be really cool. That would be really cool. But we take a look at his head here, and I love the detail work. This is all plastic, but still, there is such detail. Let me see if I can get a better photo. There we go. There is such detail on this. It looks so good. This is so screen accurate. Good job, Goldlok. This is a really good piece. And I really enjoy that I have this now. There was only one left on the shelf. There were unfortunately a lot of Iron Giants. I don't think the Iron Giant is selling as well as Robby the Robot is here. And I might pick up the Iron Giant. I'm not sure. I just know when I saw Robby and there was only one left, I had to get this one. But I really hope the Iron Giant sells. I hope these guys sell because I want them to create more. I want them to keep doing other vintage style robots from movies and TV like this. Now, He is predominantly black. There's not much to talk about as far as the paint app goes, but that's the way he was in Lost in Space. Not Lost in Space, Forbidden Planet. The majority of the paint app is going to be here, going back to the inner workings of his head, where these are painted up here to be his eyes. Do these move? No, this is all soft rubber. Okay, so there's no threat that these are going to break. This is obviously is a harder rubber. Everything inside can't get to. Does this come off? No, feels like it's sealed on there, and I don't want to break it. This is plastic down here as well. No glass, all plastic. No metal, all plastic. Even holding this thing, this feels like... Here we go on the bottom of his feet. Even holding this thing, this feels like something that would have been built vintage, like in the 70s or the 80s. Hold on, let me take a look here at something. No. His batteries, it looks like, go in the feet where these screws are. And I believe it's 4 AA's. Hold on, let me check the box for a second here. Yeah, 4 AA batteries. So you probably got 2 in each foot. The only articulation, like I said, is in his hands right here. And you can position them in a number of ways. It would have been cool to have the disintegrator pistol to put in his hand. Or maybe... Hold on. Or maybe get a Barbie doll so that you can drape her in Robby's arms to get that iconic movie pose out of him. That might be something I might look into getting. Some... I don't know. We'll see. That could be interesting. This is a really great toy. This is a really great piece. This is definitely a collector's piece. It really looks like Walmart is trying to get more into toy collecting, memorabilia, things like that. If you take a look at their toy selection lately, they have things like this. They are carrying the McFarlane series, DC Multiverse figures now. They have a lot going on with Godzilla, prepping for Godzilla versus Kong coming out later this year. And it just seems like they're getting more into the collector style things. And that's unfortunate because that doesn't seem to really be their clientele. And a lot of that stuff typically ends up on their clearance shelf. As a matter of fact, I'm not going to be surprised if in a few weeks I go in there looking for the Iron Giant. And the Iron Giant is $11 on the shelf. Oh, that's another thing I forgot to tell you. For as big as this guy is, for it being a functioning motorized robot, he was $20. $20 for this. You can't beat that. That's fantastic. That's a great price for this guy. Hold on. Come on, right. All right. I'll deal with that. That is a great price for this guy. And the Iron Giant, too. Like I said, I may go back for it. And I would definitely pay $20 for a Lost in Space robot. I know I keep harping on that, but I really want this to happen. Okay, that's what we got for you today. I do hope you enjoyed this unboxing and this look at Robby the Robot. As you can see, he does fit perfectly back into his box. He's just a little loose because he doesn't have the straps holding him in. But as far as being displayed on the shelf, it'll look good in the box. I just have to decide if I want to keep him in the box or not, because if you take him out, you can't show off his walking ability, and I don't know if that's really necessary, because you can still hit the button and hear what he says. And that's really all you want, because that is, as far as I know, that is a remastered original recording from the movie itself. The things that he says, the voice that he says them in. As far as I know, that is the Forbidden Planet. That is the Forbidden Planet soundtrack coming through on that. So, I hope you enjoyed this. I know I did. I want to thank you for taking this time, taking a look at this for me, or taking a look at this with me. So you can even see right here. It's weird. It says requires 4 AA batteries for Iron Giant included. Like they just took the same printing and put it on Robby. This is the only one. The box is a little janky. Oh well. Oh. I will see you in the next video. We're going to be taking a look at some other Godzilla figures. I do have more coming out as far as brick building sets goes. Don't worry about that. We're going to be taking a look at a figure review of Prince Adam as well. And finally, we're going to take a look at Battle Bones, the SDCC 2019 Mega Constructs exclusive. So, I will see you in the future. Play well, everyone. And as always, thank you for watching.